Hi everyone, good afternoon. So greetings from British Applied College. Our webinar will start in few minutes. Waiting for others to join us, and we are gonna start in few seconds. Okay, that looks very good. So now we have more than 30 participants, and also hope that hopefully that others participants will join us later. So please feel free to share the link for your connections, and if you want to invite one of your connection, your friends, one of your family, please feel free to join us. Okay, let's get started. So, welcome again. This is Dr. Walid, the organizing committee chair of this webinar and assistant dean for student affairs. In our department, we are developing a network with local industry professionals to provide work-related learning opportunities for our students. Our college is expanding rapidly, and we welcome members from the surrounding professional and industrial communities. We are currently organizing a series of webinars with experts who represent many of the leading companies within the UAE and abroad. So welcome to this second webinar on empowering future-ready students. And so we will have an opportunity to ask and get answers to any question you may have in real time during the question and answer session. So a brief program or schedule of this webinar. So the duration of this webinar is expected to be within 1 hour. So the presentation will be given by our guest speaker. It will take between 20 or 25 minutes. And after that, we go to the question and answer session for 20 or 25 minutes. So please try to mute your microphone, okay? If you have any question, you can send your question by text during the question and answer session or meanwhile the presentation, the chat box in WebEx. So Dr. Latif, he is the head of the department for computing at British Applied College, and he will take the role of the moderator during this session. So I have, let's say, not a bad news, but something was happened and planned. So Ms. Layali was expected to be our speaker today, but unfortunately she has some issues out of her hand, and she cannot be our speaker today. And she cannot, unfortunately, to be our speaker today because there is some another speaker on behalf of Ms. Layali. She is also perfect, and you will appreciate very well his talk. But anyway, I need to present quickly and introduce Ms. Layali. Layali works for Microsoft Corporation in Abu Dhabi in UAE. She is senior industry expert managing the development of the higher education sector with local focus students and educators realize their full potential. Layali leverages past experiences to work with local bodies on digital transformation projects aiming to transform education. Layali holds a bachelor in computer science from the University of Mans and an executive MBA from London Business School. In her free life, Layali loves to volunteer in coaching young females that simply want to achieve something different in life. So I am happy also to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Shahid Hussein. Shahid Hussein is a Microsoft Education Channel Manager looking after UAE Educational Institute for both K-12 and higher education. She is working for Microsoft company, and she is most welcome today as our speaker. So now, Dr. Lazik, please, you can start this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Khalid, and thank you for organizing this webinar. So welcome everybody, especially our guest speaker. After the presentation, there will be time for questions and answers. you will have an opportunity to ask our guest speaker your question. And please type your questions in the chat box, and we will select the best questions. So without further ado, I would like to hand it over to our guest speaker. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'll be sharing my screen right now. Okay, hello. Thank you so much for your introduction, Dr. Walid. As like Dr. Walid introduced me, I am the Education Channel Manager for UAE, working with Layali on higher education in specific. Today, I will be walking you through the current job market, the trends, and how the market actually looks like for students, for job seekers, especially after the COVID situation, and how this affected the market and the learning, also the learning path, how it's affected in this situation. I will be also walking you through what learning guidelines you will need, what career actually growth you will be getting out of this experience afterwards. After that, I'll be walking you through Microsoft job opportunities, internships, as well as like even how can you empower yourself, educate yourself to be ready for such change. So firstly, I'd like to start with some statistics. So as you can see, there are actually 71% of STEM jobs are actually for computer.
Ms. Shahad, sorry, we didn't hear you. Could you please unmute your microphone?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay, perfect. You didn't hear anything from the beginning?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, let me thank you for the introduction. Dr. Walid, thank you so much.
Is okay. Thank you. Sorry, the introduction is okay. Just the next slide.
This one?
Yes, this
perfect.
one.
Perfect.
Go ahead.
First, okay, amazing. So I was just saying here that I wanted to walk you through on how the computer science is taking almost 71% of the jobs in the computer market currently and in the job market of all. And there are only 8% computer science student graduates who are actually fulfilling this market. So we have a huge pipeline of jobs coming up. This is up to now. However, if I move to this slide, you will be able to see this is what is happening after COVID situation. So you will see in this chart, this is only up to 2025, which is only like 4 years into the future. There will be 149 million new jobs created, out of which we will have 98 million jobs for software development, 23 million for cloud and data roles, and then the rest comes for data analysis, machine learning, cybersecurity, and then, of course, the privacy. So this actually puts a huge focus into the computer science industry, the development part, all what is tech focus actually. So as you can see here also, this is actually shows you in depth how the software development part is fulfilled and how many new, like how is the capacity is fulfilled up to 2025 and how much new jobs will be created. So this one shows you the current workers, and then you will see these additional jobs will be created in the market specifically for software development. So actually, like this is a super brief introduction because I want to walk you through step by step how we can actually help you and how you can actually enable yourself to be ready for this market in any of the pillars that you would like to work for. So Microsoft is actually offering several tracks for students in terms of the learn part. So we have 4 major stops that I want to highlight today in our discussion. First of all, I'd like to highlight Microsoft Learn. So we have a program that's called Microsoft Learn. It's for all students to go in and log in. I'll be sharing all the details, of course, after this meeting with you. So this is for everyone who would like to learn anything about like starting from, let's say, you would like to learn about a certain skill in specific. You'd like to learn, let's say, cloud fundamentals, C++, any computer program language, anything. Even if you don't have a history, you can simply go in and check your proficiency. You're a beginner, intermediate, whatever your proficiency is, you can definitely just log in, create your own account, and start learning for free and having your own track, learn on your own schedule, on your own timeline, be able to take control of your own learning path through Microsoft Learn. Afterwards, you will definitely be able to certify yourself also after finishing whatever track you choose. And also there is a part where it actually gives you suggestions. Let's say you can go into the website. Let's say you want to be working as a data and AI manager. After choosing this role, the website will be suggesting the different tracks that you need to fulfill and the different learning paths that you would need to go through in order to be eligible to work in such position. So it actually gives you like a realistic view of what you need actually to do, and you need to what you need to study in order to be eligible for such role that you have in mind. So this is the first thing. We also have the Azure Labs or Azure for Students, which is actually like a free credit that Microsoft is giving to students, $100 credit for them. Once you subscribe to Microsoft Azure, you have your own subscription. You have the ability to go in and spend $100 exploring, building your own application, exploring the Azure platform, and choosing which Azure service that you would like to explore more, and then you will be able to learn from there. Also, what's really interesting here in these 2 pillars, so actually if you're going into, for example, Microsoft Azure and you're trying to build something that you are not aware of, you can definitely go into Microsoft Learn and choose this thing that you are trying. Let's say you want Azure fundamentals in order to start building your app, for instance. So you can definitely go there. You will find, let's say, this Azure Fundamentals program will take maybe, let's say, 6 hours of studies. You can finish this track and then you will be ready in order to go and create your own application, for instance. Afterwards, this comes the certification where I was just mentioning how you can become certified in Microsoft. So for example, once you get into the certification, I will share this website with you. You can definitely choose, like I said, the career path you want, and then it will give you the paths that you need to study, and it will tell you what certificates you need to get. So there are certain certifications that Microsoft is offering, and then after that, once you finish the program, you can go into the examination process. You get the exam and get certified. If you get the passing score, of course, you will have the certificate, which is really crucial now for job opportunities, to be actually certified or having the Microsoft certification as well. So there are a lot of tracks for this certification. You can become a developer. You can like look for developer certifications. Let's say you want to be a data science specialist. You can go there and then it will tell you what certificates you need to fulfill in order to be ready for such role, which is really, really interesting actually. Okay, so that's that. And then we have 2 really interesting also tracks that I would like to discuss with you today. We have the compete track. This is called Imagine Cup, Microsoft Imagine Cup. This is actually like a compete in our global community through this Imagine Cup. What you need to do as a student is just to go online on imaginecup.com. You will fill in the application and apply or register yourself. You will be actually competing with 2 million plus competitors from 100 plus countries around the world. So you will be competing with a lot of experiences, a lot of, you will be actually exposing yourself to a lot of experienced students who are actually being like, you know, experts in certain things after taking these courses. You will be getting a lot of prizes, of course, out of which it might be, for example, mentorship from someone from Microsoft. It can be a grant that you can take and pay it on your project in order to grow it further. It can be actually the opportunity to showcase your project to the experts. So this competition is really, really interesting, and it's really easy for anyone to go in and enroll themselves and take it from there, of course. We also have another program, which is the Microsoft Ambassador Program. This is also another tech community for students in order to enable themselves to connect with fellow students who are actually also experienced as they are. You can go into this Ambassador Program. You will be having a customized experience, learning experience, actually different tracks as well to enable you in order to be a Microsoft ambassador, where you can actually connect with students around the world who have these the students who had undergone this learning program and had earned their badges as well, because when you do this, you earn badges as a student and you become a Microsoft ambassador, and you can actually be an influence to other students and other in this ambassador community. So if you go there, you will find a structured program to empower you, to make you an expert in the field that you choose as well. So this is a quick brief on the learning tracks that we have, either from a competition perspective, if you have a project you want to present, if you want to be ready and you would like to take certifications, or if you feel that you are expert enough in one point and want to enroll yourself in the ambassador program and be an inspiration for other students as well. Now I'll be walking you through the the working part of the experience. So let's say now you have undergone these learning experiences, you have undergone the learning path, and actually I wanted to highlight one thing on the learning part. This is actually not just for students. There are actually higher and expert learning paths available also on Microsoft Learn. So for example, even for myself, I sometimes log in, I choose whatever track, something new I want to learn myself, something about programming, something about cloud fundamentals, something about data and AI, and I just learn it whenever like I have time. I take 2-3 modules, for instance, and I start learning them on my own time. So it's really interesting for everyone. So now jumping into like the working part or the internship and job market part. Specifically in UAE, there are two working programs that we have. We have this one called Tumoh. This is specifically for Emirati. However, this one has actually 3 tracks or 3 pillars. Okay, so you can, from an application perspective, you can apply directly through Tumoh, and then it depends on which track you want. The first one, which is Learn at Microsoft, this is like an internship where you get to learn through like an experience you have for 2 or 3 months, for instance, such as an internship, and that's it. But of course, it will be enabling you to have a job afterwards, or if you want to apply for a full-time employment. The other track we have is the full-time employment I just mentioned, where you can actually apply to get a job. And you can see who is actually eligible for this and who can actually apply for the work at Microsoft by Tumoh. There is also another track, which is the Skill Up at Microsoft. And this one is actually like a training. And you get to actually apply to have this training with Microsoft, or for example, it's like a shadowing training that you want to work with someone and shadow them and see how, for example, this role should be done. So this is one also of the programs. So the first one is like an internship, the second is the working environment, and the third is how to enhance your skills by having a training with Microsoft. So this track, as I mentioned, is for Emiratis. However, we do have another program that is for all nationalities, and this is the Aspire program. As you can see, this Aspire program will enable you in order to actually apply for different job roles. As you can see at the bottom here, you can become a customer success manager, technical account manager, and a lot other opportunities as well that you can apply for. So we have two tracks when it comes to the Aspire program. One that is actually for university track. This is for students who are like just fresh graduates out of their university with 1 or 2 years maximum years after graduation. And then there is the MBA track, which is where you can actually apply 1 or 2 years also, or fresh out of the MBA directly. And of course, these two programs enable you to become like really essential to the market and essential to environment. And after such program, it is really easy for you to be hired in any of Microsoft job opportunities, of course. So here in this slide, you will see like how the Aspire program is taking into consideration all 3 pillars for you as a student or as a graduate of the university. You will see that it has an amazing learning experience for you because it has a track that is customized for you in specific, and then you can see how from a community perspective you have perfect exposure to the tech world and to the right people in the tech world actually who will be giving you all the experience that you need. You will also find that from a well-being part, Microsoft is also focusing like on the students' well-being or graduates' well-being, and that this kind of graduate internship is actually paid and has its own benefits, of course. So I have just walked you through all the programs that we have, the learning programs as well as the internship programs. So I can definitely take questions now if you like.
Thank you very much, Ms. Layala. Thank you for your inspirational presentation. So it's time for questions and answers. So we have a list of questions. So maybe I can share my screen with the
Sure.
if that's okay. Share screen.
Sorry, Dr. Lasik, and I think that our participant, they can ask their question in live, or they will have the opportunity to talk directly to our speaker.
Yes,
Okay.
so
if someone wants to do that, please raise your hand. Use the feature in WebEx to raise your hand, and Dr. Lasik will be in touch with you. Thank you. We have Mustafa. Mustafa, you want to talk? Mustafa?
Yes, hello, Mustafa. We can hear you.
Okay, doctor. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I have actually one question. I find this program very interesting for me. Like I enjoy coding and computer.
Yeah.
Question: how it can be very useful for like a civil engineering?
Actually, it depends on the career path you want to work in. So if you're going to be working on civil engineering in specific, you can definitely, because I know civil engineers do use computer programs as well, right? You use CAD and things like that,
Yeah, like
right?
sometimes. Yeah.
You do use, because actually it depends on the career and advancements you want to have. So I did study architecture once myself before, but then you can definitely do both things. You can definitely work if you want to advance yourself into the career of programming or coding. You can definitely learn that too. You can enroll yourself, grow your learning, be certified. You can have, if you like, from a job perspective, if you want to have both jobs, you can definitely do that. If you want to like if you're thinking you want to build your own programs, you can do it as a freelancer if you like, you know. So it's not like because you studied civil engineering, you cannot do anything else. If you are enthusiasts about learning about coding, about computer programs, you can definitely enroll yourself into one of the programs and learn more about it, be certified, and then you can definitely take it from there and like do your own thing that you have in mind.
Yes.
Yes, thank you
For your answer.
Yes. And really, I see that this is really important and interesting from what Microsoft offers for all the students, even if they are not having the major of computer, so they can also be involved and get another chance to get a job with this kind of software development and this certification. Yes, Dr. Lezik, please go ahead.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. So the question, so do we have any more questions? Someone from live questions? If not, then I have a list also, a list of questions prepared for our guests. But if there are any questions, then please raise your hand and we will unmute you. Okay, so let me have a look at the list of questions. So one of the questions that we'd like to ask our guest speaker. We have, do we have Mohanat Raja here? Mohanat, because Mohanat has a very nice question, prepared a very nice question for our guest speaker. So maybe you would like to read the question if you're with us. I will paste the question also on chat so you remember. Okay, so Muhammad, I'm just checking if you'd like to, or maybe I would just, if that's okay, I will read the question. That will be quicker.
Yeah, sure.
So the question from Mohanat is, do you think that distance learning and remote working is here to stay and is the future?
Well, I think that this is like definitely the case, because actually after this situation where actually people started working from home, for most of the industries it was completely fine. For instance, for myself, it was 100% normal to work from home. I wasn't facing any difficulties whatsoever because I can fulfill my job from anywhere in the world, and nothing will be affected. So this actually made people shift their thinking into how can we adapt our jobs to be having the ability to be done from anywhere at any time and to be super flexible. So definitely, actually, and also most of the companies are thinking to give the flexibility of working from home moving forward till the end, and not to be restricted into the situation, which will actually be having a huge impact on their own savings and their own infrastructure savings, how the actually carbon footprint will be affected in the environment. So it has a lot of benefits and a lot of impacts as well. This is from the working part. From the learning part, actually, before the COVID-19 situation, most of the schools, universities, and also parents were not really with the idea of distant learning. Maybe most of the parents thought it might not be like the interaction that students would be having at university or in school. However, the situation changed the thinking of everyone. And I believe, yeah, this is here to stay for a while, or not even for a while. It will be like a new lifestyle, because you will always have the option to either study from home or study online or go to the school. Now it's flexible and there are no restrictions on learning anymore. you can learn and grow yourself from anywhere at any time. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a great answer, actually. So basically, we need to learn
Yeah.
to adapt and embrace the new technologies that will allow
Yes.
you
Yes.
to learn remotely and work remotely. Yes, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we have another question also from one of our students, from Mohammed Hamed, and he's asking, what are the requirements to get an internship at Microsoft? Are there any specific requirements, or maybe if you could...
Okay, so actually for each program, there are different requirements. For example, for the Aspire program that I just mentioned in the end, this one is for top performers who are out of STEM universities, as you can see here. But if you like, I can share with you the exact requirements for each one. However, this is the only one that I can see has a restricted to top performance. However, the rest, for example, like Tumoh, like I mentioned, it's for anyone, and it's only for Emiratis actually. But yeah, anyone can apply, of course, within the criteria.
Thank you. Any questions? Another, because I have more questions, but I'm also looking at the chat just to give
Sure.
a chance for our audience to ask. If I will help me in getting a job easier. So Ali Al-Azazi is asking if the Microsoft certificates will help you to get a job at Microsoft.
Yeah, of course it will help. So for example, let's imagine you're applying for a place where you actually have studied their programs and studied their certificates and their solutions in a deep technical way. Actually, there are, like, if you go to careers.microsoft.com, you will be able to see the vacancies that are there, and they are like mostly the technical ones need certain proficiency in a certain solution. Let's say the Azure roles, you will find that you need to undergo maybe 2 or 3 certificates in order to be eligible for this role in specific. So definitely certifications will be helping you and growing your opportunity at Microsoft.
Thank you. We have another interesting also question here from Abdullah Ahmed. What are the interpersonal skills as I must have to get the job at Microsoft? So these are a different set of skills. It's not asking about the technical, but interpersonal. So I think it's a good question.
Sure. So just correct me if I'm wrong, do you mean as your own personal skills? How should it be like, for example?
I think he's asking about the other type of skills than technical.
Sure. Okay.
Other type of, or maybe some personality traits that Microsoft is looking for.
Of course. So maybe let me just give you some keywords, for example, that might be relevant to this. So in order to be like relevant for this, for example, to be flexible, you have like to have your own flexibility in order to grow and learn, because like, you know, Microsoft as a company undergoes several changes where you have to adapt yourself to this and start learning and growing with the direction of the Microsoft itself, as this is the direction of the market as well. So for example, now that we saw that the market is looking into computer science and into developers and this, so ourselves will be focusing in that. So everyone has to shift in this and start growing himself in this direction. So being able to adapt, being flexible, and having the ability to change and always grow yourself and grow your skills, and never stop learning and never stop like growing your skills in terms of like knowledge. If something you never knew, actually you have to study it and be eager to learn more about it. And this is what is actually really important here, because once you enroll yourself, or for example get a job at Microsoft, you will be learning a lot of things that you never knew before, or maybe you have the technical side but you will be learning a lot more. So it needs flexibility and a mind that is willing to grow and change as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anyone else have questions? I'm just checking if someone would like to maybe ask. If not,
Sure.
we have more questions.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me ask another question. So you mentioned that in your presentation that only a small percentage of graduates fulfill the Microsoft job requirements. Why is that the case?
No, actually, what I meant by that is that there aren't enough candidates to apply. Like the market is huge. Yeah, there aren't enough graduates to apply and fulfill the job markets. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good news for.
Yes, it's great news for everyone. There are like a huge opportunity for them. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so if no one has any specific questions, then we should. We have also have another question. How should a student prepare for the market? What should the student focus on to improve their employability prospects?
Okay, so first of all, I think it would be great if they can, for example, explore the market and choose, for example, their target. So let's say my target role is to become a data and AI expert. So in this case, what I need to do to prepare myself is to look into the tracks available for me to study or to learn in order to be able to apply for such a job later, or to actually have the right basic or fundamental skills for such position. So I think this is what everyone needs to do for this. Have a target and then start studying for this and enable yourself in order to have the right opportunity afterwards.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And I have a question from Hamad Al Jamal. The year zero students join any of Microsoft programs?
Actually, I don't have this information, but I can check definitely with Layali to see if she has visibility on the number of students who have actually applied. But we do have a lot of programs, and I have seen myself in the company a few years back, people coming from programs, student programs as well. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, so let's see. So we have also so the internships. Do you still is the internships, are the internships now fully remote, or is it is it a blended mode of the internship?
Actually, for the Microsoft Office in Dubai, it's not fully operating right now due to the situation. However, yeah, but once it's open, I think it will be, I'm sure it's going to be face-to-face. However, if it's on right now, it's going to be remote.
Okay, so we have also this question. What state-of-art technologies do Microsoft do you use at Microsoft? So I think you already mentioned the cloud, the Azure cloud. If you could maybe.
Yeah, if you like, I can share my screen and actually show you a few of the available tracks, if that would be okay.
That would be great. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is the Microsoft Learn that I was just talking about in the beginning. This is what the website looks like. So actually, let me just walk you through how it can be done. So we have different paths, like I mentioned. Here they are. these are all different paths available. You can also filter them from here. You can choose the role that you want. So for example, let's say I want to be an app maker and I am a beginner. So here you can see all the tracks that you can study, how long each module will take you to finish, and what you will be getting out of it. So you will learn here about the Power Platform, being a business user, and this is a beginner for everyone. So you will find this over here. So you can definitely just choose that and then take it forward from there. Also, there's a different way of doing it. Let me just show you. Okay. So I can choose also my interests. Let's say I want to become a business analyst. Then next, I'm a beginner. Next, and you will choose the product you want to learn. So in this case, I will choose Azure. Click next, and then browse your recommendations. You will see the recommendations there, and then you can take it further, of course. And then, if you like, I can walk you through the certifications, if that was part of the question as well.
I think that will be interesting for everyone, I think.
Okay. So here are the Microsoft certifications available as well. Of course, it's also based on the career path you want to proceed in. Let's say if we choose a solution architect. You will find here that these are the tracks available for becoming a solution architect. These are the certifications that you would need to take. So you will find here, this is the exam that you need to undergo. But if you click also on the certification, you will be able also to take the course. You can download the certification skills outline. You can take the course over here, as you can see. You can start it, and then it will tell you each learning path of those has how many modules. You can finalize that and then definitely take the exam. So this is when it comes to the certification. You have a lot of tracks available over here. This is how to become certified from Microsoft. You can take all the fundamentals, for instance. Like if you're not looking into something in specific right now, you can take the fundamental courses, and then afterwards, this might give you an idea on which career path you want to continue in, and then you will dig deeper over here into the one you choose for yourself. Yeah. I hope this answers the question.
Thank you. That is very interesting. I'm sure that this will be very interesting to our students.
Of course.
The Microsoft certificates. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
The questions also that we have from here, Abdullah Ahmed. Is English language important to be accepted for a position at the company, Microsoft?
Actually, I'm not sure if we have a role that is only in Arabic. So we do have Arabic roles, and we do have roles that are looking after Arabic regions, for instance. However, I believe English is always essential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think that maybe we have for last question. What do you think, Dr. Walid?
Yes, please. Let's finish this last question, please.
So, okay. So maybe someone would like to ask, or should I choose? Okay, so maybe we can choose here the question. So what do you do to encourage and empower women to study computer science and pursue a career in the IT industry?
So actually, I think in the current times, everyone can learn IT. Everyone can become like a solution architect. Any woman can become any kind of those roles, because actually we do have that in the company. Like there, we do have a lot of solution architects, engineers who are actually women. So it's not restricted ever from a learning path or from a career path to a gender. So it's pretty much the same for everyone. And I would like to encourage ladies on the call that like never fear getting into a competition, or maybe fearing being like into under the spotlight because this is a man's role or something like that. Because actually, I believe we excel at anything, so there isn't any like restrictions or nothing to fear actually.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I think maybe we should, maybe we're getting near the end of the webinar. So, so on my side, to conclude, I would like to thank everyone. Thank you, Dr. White, for organizing this great seminar, and thank our speaker. I would like to thank our speaker, Ms. Layala. So thank you very much, and thank you everyone. And I will hand it over maybe to Dr. Walid if you'd like to say something.
Yes, thank you all for all of you, for our participants. So I have recorded more than 63 participants in today's webinar. We have already received more than 10 questions, and we are so thankful for our guest speaker today. Really, she was outstanding and really perfect. Ms. Shahd Hussein, thank you so much. But anyway, I have a question I want to ask you, if you don't mind. Just could you give us or give to our audience some of the application where students or someone who will be certificated with this software development major, some of applications or some of the job opportunity. Why I ask this? Because I have many of my connections, even they have a computer or computing background, they are working in with or for financial institution like banking, because I have heard that you said that most of the specialty now is software development, right? And this is really related to something new. We heard about like data science, data mining, big data, something like artificial intelligence also. So please, could you give us a brief where the opportunity can be for students to have this certification or this learning from Microsoft?
I'm sorry, Dr. Walid. So what you mean is which track would guide them to the right opportunities, right?
Sorry, maybe I mean in my question, tell us which other than software companies this student can work with this certification. Let's say for banking, for I don't know, maybe.
Okay. Let me share my screen again. Let us look at the certificates. 1 second. So as you can see here, it's mainly for like the IT industry part. However, even if someone is like graduating from a different career, it will definitely bump into IT. So for example, let's say you are going to be a businessman, you didn't study IT engineering or you didn't study computer science, however, you want to work into this field. If you are a businessman, you will definitely be looking to have your own website for your company. You will be looking to grow or build your own application. You will be looking to maybe build an application for your business or for your company. So you will definitely have to go into the IT one way or another. This is why you have to mainly only have the basic skills, even if you are not going to work in IT or become a software developer or an engineer. You can only at least know the fundamentals of everything in order to be ready. Like, for example, if you're having an MBA, you are studying bits and pieces of all business industry to become a manager or to become like aware of all the fields around you to be able to be a manager or to manage your company. It's the same when it comes here. So you must be aware of the fundamentals, at least, even if you are in a different sector or you're looking to work in a different sector, to be like on a higher ground, on a stronger ground, building your business or working in even a different sector.
Yes, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Walid.
So I think we are now at the end of this webinar. I would like to thank again all the organizing committee team, Dr. Latik from British Blight College Computer Department, Dr. Hussein Eddin, and Mr. Mahmoud. So thank you so much. And thank you, special thanks to Ms. Shahd for this very nice presentation, and hope that we are continue connecting with your company. Maybe we will implement some point of contact with you to help our students and to involve them in such a very good opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you again for everyone. See you the next webinar. Stay tuned for the next webinar, inshallah. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your rich information. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.